Hello, welcome to my very first episode of Rapid Reality Recap. So this is going to be more of like a podcast style where I just have my microphone right here. Do you guys see it? I'm wearing my headset and I'm just going to talk about the reality shows that I don't want to dedicate a full in-depth recap to. Hold on, I'm just pulling up my notes. So this is more cash. So in the future, if you see my title and it says Rapid Reality Recap, just know it's like a podcast style. I think these are the episodes that I'm going to actually post on my actual podcast that I've neglected and deserted a while ago. But just know if whenever you see Rapid Reality Recap in the title, that means it's a podcast style, it's super cash, it's super laid back, and we're just gonna talk. So in this episode, we're gonna talk about Love After Lockup because I did fall behind because I was watching Love is Blind. Every single time I watch Love is Blind, I get thrown off, and it's really hard to keep up with the other shows that I'm watching. So unfortunately, Love After Lockup got pushed to the wayside, and I finally got to catch up. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first, let's talk about Love After Lockup. I feel like with this cast, or actually this happens every season, but maybe I'm just more aware of it because it's showing up on my timeline and my social media feeds. I don't like to get into the off-show drama or like what's happening in their real lives. I just feel like I like to stick to just what we see on the show because it keeps it fun, it keeps it cute, and for me, I'm not like a tea channel, so I don't really want to get into that, but sometimes it just happens to come up on my feed and I cannot ignore it. That's happened a lot for this season of Love After Lockup, especially with Arthur and Hope, Letitia, Shantae and True. So I'm not really going to get into the tea. Sometimes I get mixed up. I'm like, what happened on social media and what happened on the show? So that's why I need to refer to my notes. But let's just talk about the last 3 episodes of the last season. So basically, here are my thoughts, my very overall thoughts. I feel bad for Troy. I feel bad for Arthur. I feel bad for Christine. And basically, I feel bad for all the inmates except for True and Joey. Let's start with Troy. The last time I covered the show, it was when Zara, sorry, I'm really not trying to like purposely mispronounce her name. Zara. First of all, Troy having to deal with Zara's major freak out meltdown over literally nothing. Over his ex, who he shares a child with. It was ridiculous. What the hell was that meltdown freak out? Like, what? This man just wants to see his daughter and be there for her. I mean, all the scenes of his confessional where he got so emotional talking about his daughter and how he regrets missing out and how he wants to be there in her life. Oh, it got me in my feels. Did you guys hear that train? It just really pissed me off that Zara was making this kind of about her and her insecurities. Like, let the dude see his daughter. He's talking to his ex because he shares a daughter with her, and that is the only reason. Like, shut the fuck up with you and your tantrums. You know what else worries me? The relationship between Yana, the ex, and Zara. I really freaking hope that they do not put their feud or their problems onto that sweet little girl, you know? The girl's mom, I think her name is Troy too, Troy Jr. So Troy's mom does not want her daughter to be around Zara. Like, she doesn't trust Zara because she doesn't know her. All she knows of her is that she hates her. She's never reached out to her. She's never tried getting to know her. So she's like, I don't trust that hoe, and I just don't feel comfortable having my daughter be around her without me. And like, I get it, but at the same time, I was kind of wondering if she was only doing that because she didn't like Zara and the whole situation. I don't know, but I totally get it from her point of view. If I had a daughter and I didn't know my ex's new girlfriend, like I knew nothing about her, I wouldn't want my daughter to be around them all the time without me there. But then at the same time, you kind of have to trust your kid's dad, right? Like, you have to allow their relationship to build. So I don't know. This is tricky. Like, what would you guys do? What the hell do I know? I have no kids. I don't share kids with an ex-partner. So like, I would love your guys' input. If you guys have kids, if you guys were to share, or if you do share kids with your ex, like, how does that work? What if you didn't like your ex's new person because they didn't like you? They didn't want to get to know you. I don't know. It's so complicated. Okay. Anyway, if I were Zara, I would try my best to establish a relationship with the baby's mother. Zara's not trying to do that. She's really not. She hates her. And so I don't know. It's very important to Troy to have a relationship with his daughter and to make things easy for that to happen easily. Zara should make an effort. Okay, let's talk about Arthur and Hope. So Arthur met her side of the family. He met her sisters first, and they were pretty hard on him. They like really went in, and I get it. I'm a sister. I have sisters. I'm very protective over them. But I don't know. I just feel like I have some empathy. I feel like they didn't really have much empathy. I felt really bad for him when he met everybody and they were just grilling him one after another, and Hope just kind of let him have it. She didn't interject. She wasn't like, she just didn't do anything to help him. And I don't know. I just don't get why you would want to do that to your partner. Why? I also felt really bad for him when they were kind of like, oh, so we heard that you had a mental breakdown. So what are you going to do going forward in order for that to not happen again? Because we don't want our sister to have to witness that. And I'm like, dude, he can't fucking help his mental breakdowns. Like, that is so weird to ask him that. Bianca. Oh, she finally got to see Daniel. Once he was released, his parents and his cousins were also there, but Bianca ran over to him and just like started making out with him. It was very awkward. And honestly, TV shows, producers, editors, please, can y'all at least significantly lower the sounds and the volume when you're editing during kissing scenes? I cannot stand the I just can't do it. Please, just lower the volume a little bit, at least a little bit. I'm not even asking for much. I'm not even asking for you guys to mute the whole thing. Just lower the volume. Oh. Anyway, he calls his PO, and lucky for him, his PO says, you don't have to come in today, come in tomorrow. So that means he can stay with Bianca that night. So he, his family, and Bianca go get lunch. And his parents are very worried about him relapsing. They really don't want that to happen. And it's even more a concern because Bianca plans on having alcohol in the apartment. She plans on drinking in the apartment. She plans on drinking in front of him inside the apartment. She plans on partying. She plans on hosting parties all in front of him. How the hell is that supposed to help him in his sobriety journey? It's not. And she doesn't care. This is what really pisses me off about her. How are you going to have the man you love struggling to stay sober, okay? His sobriety journey is so insanely important to him. And you're going to pop a beer, pop a vodka bottle in front of him, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh, I know you can't have this, but I'm going to because I don't have an alcohol problem. What? I will never understand that. My roommate is currently going through a sobriety journey. And I will never, ever, ever drink in front of her. I will never. If I want to drink, I will do it. I'll go out and do it. And then I will sober up before I come home. Or I will drink if she's not here. Because I know that's going to trigger her. And I know that's going to make her struggle a million times worse. So if I can do that for my roommate/sister, why can't she do it for the love of her life, the guy she's going to marry? Couldn't be me. Now let's talk about Joey. He is pure trash. Trashy, trashy, trash. Just a garbage person. So apparently his ex-girlfriend wanted to meet up with him for whatever reason. And I don't know why he's so mad at her. He keeps talking about how disgusting she is. He keeps calling her a dumb fucking bitch, which is such a red flag to me when men call women bitches, and it is not the same. If women can call women bitches, although I try not to. I only try to use it as a term of endearment. I'm just saying, if a man calls a woman a bitch, that is a red flag. And he kept calling her a bitch. That fucking bitch. That dumb bitch. That idiot, dumb, stupid bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch. Okay, we get it, Joey. We get it. Kim and Joey finally have their engagement party. I keep wanting to call Kim April from Seeking Sister Wife. They look exactly alike. Oh my God, kill me. So her cousin shows up. Remember the cousin who dated Joey in high school, but then he cheated on cousin Tatum with April or with Kim. Sorry. God, every time I visually imagine Kim, I see April. They're the same person. And the cousin immediately approaches Kim and she's like, oh my God, I really don't like seeing you with Joey. Like, I can't do this. Like, this is weird. I can't. And by the way, I have something to tell you. So then Kim's like, what? And Tatum says, oh my God, okay. So this is her story. She is upset because as she was walking towards the baby shower place, Joey saw her and he whistled at her like, whoo. I can't whistle, you guys. So, you know the whistle that the construction guys in New York City will give anything walking with two legs on the street? Yeah, that whistle, whoo. And she felt very uncomfortable. And I want to know what you guys think about this. I feel like people are either going to think that she is totally delusional and overreacting, and other people are going to think that this woman has an intuition, that this happened, and it just sent a chill down her spine, and she just got the bad feels. Initially, I don't know if it was the way they edited it or the background music that they put, but when Tatum initially told April, I was like, she might be overreacting a little bit, but then quickly after, I was like, you know what? No, I think she knows. She knows. You know how we see someone and we can clock them? We just get this inkling, this feeling that we cannot deny. Like or everything is fine. And then they say something or they do just like a very subtle little thing and you clock it. And you're just like, I cannot shake this feeling. Something is wrong. And I think she had one of those. I do not think she was overreacting. I think Joey is a sleazeball. I do. So April hears this and she's like, oh, okay, your feelings are valid, but my God, this is kind of crazy. Like, she tells Joey this and he's like, oh my God, she's so crazy. Ugh, she's just upset because I was her first love. I took away her virginity. By the way, another red flag. If someone says that, I took her virginity. Ugh. Joey says some of the most red flaggy shit, and I don't know how Kim doesn't hear it. True. Somebody wrote in my comments, True should change his name to False. That was really funny. Yeah, True will forever be an F-boy. He was all goo goo gaga over Shantae being pregnant with his babies, and all while still cheating on her. Like, what? What's the point? What's the point of going back to Shantae being all goo goo gaga, being like, I'm going to treat you right. I want you. You're the love of my life. You're my baby mama. Like, I'm going to take care of you. Why do all that when you're hooking up with other women? And you want to know how she found out? It was because they were in the car together driving somewhere and his Bluetooth was connected to the car. And I think he stepped out and then she heard their conversation over the Bluetooth, and she heard him say to another woman that he loves her, he's going to be with her, something along those lines, blah, 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 you know. And when she was upset because she was talking about it, you could see True laughing and smiling in the background in front of the camera saying, like, it doesn't even matter. She has my babies. She's going to come back. She's never going to leave me because she has my children. That was sick. It gave me such a disgusting pit in my stomach. Like, ew, so gross. It really made me sick. And after all the lies and denials and the gaslighting, he finally admits at the very end of the scene in his confessional that yes, he was cheating. And that's a wrap to season whatever the fuck of Love After Lockup. Now, here is the summary. Okay, first, let's talk about who's graduating to Life After Lockup. So it's Kim and Joey. I'm very interested in seeing where they end up. Also, Danielle and Bianca, and Zara and Troy. So we're going to talk about them once I start Life After Lockup. Now, what else happened? Oh, so in the, what is this called? Where like they do a quick update at the end of each season. I don't know, but Christine finally met someone from Julian's side of the family. She met his dad on video chat. Letitia got arrested for theft. Hope and Arthur, as we know, and as I've mentioned, and as if you guys watch According to Amber, you guys probably know that they broke up and Arthur is back in jail. Shantae, oh God, she gave us an update saying that she had a miscarriage and she and True are no longer together, which is probably a good thing, but so sad for her miscarriage. Now, I know there's a lot of chatter about Shantae, like people think that Shantae made up her pregnancy and therefore the miscarriage and that whole thing was fake ever since the episode where she denied the ultrasound. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate because it just feels like, I don't know. Like, it's just a very sensitive topic. Faking a pregnancy and then like faking a miscarriage is a very very big accusation, which is really gross if anyone does that. But it's just weird to just throw that out there and to accuse someone of faking all of that when, I don't know, when there's no proof, So anyway, that's Love After Lockup. I have not started Life After Lockup, but I'm very excited to. I know I'm behind. I'm like 4 episodes behind. I think episode 4 airs tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to be 4 episodes behind. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Should I not cover it? Well, maybe you don't want me to cover it. Honestly, Keena Rose is so funny that I may not cover it and I may just watch her recaps. Now let's talk about the Real Housewives of OC. Okay, let's talk about last week's episode. So they're in London. I freaking love London. I've only been there once, but I freaking loved it. I've been to the tea place where they were at. I think it was last episode or I don't know, one of the episodes. They were at Sketch. And it didn't look as cute on this episode, but it is so cute. It is all pink. The furniture is super cute. Their teas are so delicious, and all their little desserts and their bathroom, they have like the egg-shaped domes with like the colored lights. It's really cute. If you're ever in London, you got to check out Sketch. I want to talk about the scene where Shannon is with Emily and Heather, and she talks about John Jansen, and she pulls out all the receipts, like all the little pieces of paper that she had where she wrote everything down, and Heather and Emily just cracking the fuck up, laughing. And I don't know how Shannon held her composure. Like she handled it so fine. Maybe it didn't trigger her, but it triggered me. And it annoyed me so fucking much. Like, shut up. This is a very serious matter to Shannon. This is destroying her mental health. Like, it's destroying her life right now. And they're just cracking the fuck up because she has a bunch of pieces of paper. Like, I get it. I get why it's so funny. And I also understand how they started laughing before she pulled out the pieces of paper. So I get, like, once you start cracking up, it's hard to stop. But come on, get it together. I find Emily very annoying this season. I feel like she's projecting her insecurities onto a lot of people, especially Heather with that whole jeans fashion show thing. Like, I truly don't think Heather meant anything bad by having her bring her own jeans. Like, it's just, Emily needs to work on that. She needs to work on her issues. Heather is also very annoying. She's so annoying, and she's always been annoying. My sister and I, on our downtime, we watch the old seasons of OC where Heather first joined, and Alexis is on there, Tamara's on there, and Shannon hasn't joined yet. But we've been really enjoying the old seasons. We just saw the episode where Heather made a big fuss about Zara breaking the bow off her cake. She broke the bow off my cake. Do you guys remember that? That was so ridiculous. Okay, so Tamara is such a big shit stirrer, and oh my God, I'm so shocked by how, like, she's just going in on Jen, and I do not get it. Like, I really don't, I don't like seeing her like this. This season, who do I like? I like Jen, I like Shannon, and I like Katie. Tamara was and still is the biggest shit stirrer. I just don't understand how she can go in on her friend Jen like that. Why is everybody, not everybody, but half of the cast so into Jen's finances? I do not understand. Like, stop. I used to be Gina's #1 hater, but now I am her biggest fan. Jen standing up to Tamara was incredible. It was amazing. I freaking loved it. It was everything. And then Tamara, for her to clap, to be like, clap, 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 you finally found your voice. So condescending. So mean. But Jen did not waver. Nope, she did not back down. And for Heather to just watch everything and be on Tamara's side. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Heather Dubrow. And didn't you love how Tamara denied it at first? She was like, I swear on my children's life, I never did a background check on James or Chris or what's her boy, Ryan. And then 5 seconds later, she ended up admitting it. Well, she was like, okay, I didn't go through with it. I didn't actually do it. It was a joke. Come on, Tamara. Just, what do you guys think about everyone gossiping about Jen's finances? Like Heather looking at the price of the dress she wore and then said it to the group, like in a very shady manner. Shady. See, this is what I don't like about Heather Dubrow. She tries so hard to make it seem like she's above everything, that she has all this class, that she doesn't get down and dirty like the rest of the girls. Yeah, she does. She's just as bad. But she wants to hide that part. And the way she got called out and like instantly she was like, yeah. She tried to come up with an excuse and she said sorry. I mean, it was a nice save. So, but we see you, Heather. We see the real you. Gina confronting Heather about what Heather said on Watch What Happens Live about her house being the least expensive. I don't think Heather did anything wrong. I mean, I can't stand Heather and I would love to rip her a new one, but she didn't say anything wrong. She didn't do anything wrong. She's only been supportive of Gina. I do agree. If anyone did anything wrong, it was Andy. First of all, the question, okay, he can't help it. A fan asked, but the way he answered it, he was like, oh, well, come on. It's definitely Gina. Like, that was shady. Why are you mad at Heather? Heather was just sitting there. Also, Gina's house being the cheapest one, why is that a bad thing? It was the way Andy said it. He went in shady. He was shady. I think it's obvious that Tamra thought that Shannon was going to be the villain, and that's why she's going so hard, like just crucifying her and having no empathy. And while I absolutely hate the fact that she drove under the influence and crashed into, I don't know, a house, a pole, I don't know, she got into a bad accident. Thank God she didn't injure anybody else. At least she's remorseful. At least she's sorry. At least she's trying to make, like, well, her not admitting that she has a drinking problem is kind of a problem. But I'm just, okay, I bring this up because I wanted to talk about Karen Huger on Potomac. I don't like her anymore. And Karen used to be my favorite housewife. She was my absolute favorite. No one could make me hate Karen Huger. And I don't hate her, but I just don't like her anymore. A few weeks ago, I went to this housewives event here in DC, and Karen Huger was there, and she was being interviewed, and she was just trying too hard. She was trying too hard to be witty, to be funny, to have like a soundbite, and it just came off inauthentic. Just watching her on the show, and for her to look like she has no remorse, she's not sorry, she's not really acknowledging anything, she doesn't want to talk about it, it just rubs me the wrong way. And that's why Shannon is being like way more likable in my opinion, because at least she is sorry, she is remorseful, and Karen's just not. And that bothers me, and it makes me sad because I was such a diehard fan. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. By the way, if you guys want to continue having audio access or listening to these episodes via in audio form, you guys can go to my podcast. I have not posted my podcast in a while. It's called 90 Day Thoughts. Let me see if it's still alive. Yes, it's still alive. It's called 90 Day Thoughts. I will link it below. Subscribe, give me a 5-star review for no reason. And if you guys want me to keep posting podcasts, let me know. I would love to just sit down and talk and not have a video to edit. Love you guys, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.